Well, welcome everyone to this cracker of a match. We've got the Sydney Roosters taking on the Penrith Panthers here at Allianz Stadium. The Roosters absolutely pumped in the opening round of the season, the opening game of the season. They went down in Las Vegas to the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Panthers, they beat their Western Sydney rivals, the Parramatta Eels, pretty convincingly. I'm Jack Carl, and joining me in the commentary box is Liam Ryan. Liam, how are you?
Yeah, Jack, it's an absolute pleasure to be here tonight for this cracker of a game. Obviously, the Roosters looking to bounce back in this one, and in front of their home crowd. It's certainly going to be a huge game, and I'm excited to see some of the Penrith lads continue their streak. In particular, Riley Murray, who had a 34-point game in round one.
Yeah, well, he had 5 tries. He was absolutely tearing up for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. So Riley Murray might be in for a little bit of ease tonight, is my tip. I reckon that this Roosters defense, unless they've changed a lot from week one, Riley Murray might just tear him up a little bit. Ross Buckley, he's taken over the goal kicking. Snicko Bro is the man to do that last week. He gets us underway. It'll go down to Chris Wakabayashi, or rather that's Kane Nelson, the other one, throwing it toward the post. Rusty Shackelford manages to make a bit of a run out of it, but that was very lucky to not be a disaster class from the Penrith Panthers off the kickoff. Will Kay playing in the acting half role. He'll get it off. There's Wakabayashi. Playing in the number 7 jersey. Coming off the bench last week, I believe. Is that correct?
Wakabayashi, from what I can see, started at 7 last week.
He started at 7. Yep, that is correct. I've just got the team list up in front of me. I believe then that the Panthers went unchanged throughout the week. And I know for a fact the Roosters went unchanged. Snicko Bro, he likes his picking by vibes and sticking throughout the entire season. You don't see many changes from Snicko Bro. And that was a great first set from the Penrith Panthers after nearly making a mess of it in the first section, and a good kick chase as well. Liam, great set.
Yeah, it was a great set to start from the Panthers there. And they look to muscle up here on the Roosters. Yeah, but the Roosters, I think they defended that pretty well to start off with. There wasn't really too much collapses in regards to the fullbacks as we spoke. But it'll be interesting to see how they go as the game goes along.
Yeah, well, Muzzer, he hasn't quite got his nose in on that first set. Ross Buckley, they did well to defend that set, the Panthers. They were looking good. Ross Buckley makes a little bit of a mess of it. Getting over the halfway line now. Dolan will take the line on. Pass very last second to Igor Big Nuts McCuzzy, as Snicko Balbroa has put it. Now hand it off to Dolan. He'll go down to the wing of Lecky Tua. Moving from a second row forward role in SRL 1.0. We see a lot of that in the changeover to SRL 2.0. Forwards going to backs and backs going to forwards. Good to have a bit of a shuffle. This man is someone that's not changed. Rusty Shackelford. Big man in 1.0, big man in 2.0. Wakabayashi will send it to Nielsen. There's Riley Murray. He gets a 360 and an offload to TBK. He'll get it to Moses Valentine. Moses Valentine beats the line. He's got no one in front of him. Igor McCuzzy. A desperation tackle at the end. Will Kay will feed it off to Nielsen, who goes inside to Nepo Goat. And it's too easy. The Panthers, they roll over the top of the Roosters. A ref points to the spot. It's a try.
Yeah, what an inside ball to Nepo Goat here. Like that's just insane ball playing. I believe it was from Kane Nielsen. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a great way to start for the Penrith Panthers.
I got to say, I've just seen it's popped up on the monitor in front of us, Liam, the Nepo Goat's face. I've actually not seen his character build yet, and that was quite the scary. I think my heart just skipped a beat seeing that ugly mug.
I have certainly not seen his face either, and by the sounds of it, I don't think I want to hear it say it either.
Yeah, let's keep it that way. Let's get a mask down on the field to Nepo Goat. Riley Murray converts the try of I believe his best mate, Nepo Goat. And the Roosters are in shambles already, Liam.
Yeah, that wasn't great defense from the Roosters there. They're going to need to muscle up here, or otherwise it could be a very big score like last week.
Yeah, well, you don't want to call that too early, but I think you might be onto something, Liam. I mean, the Panthers just in that set earlier, I thought it was too easy. They seem to go up the field with little resistance, and this set's looking pretty similar. It's third tackle. They're 35 meters from their own line. Just want to complete this set. There's Moses Valentine. He was a big part of the last set, getting the Panthers into good attacking position. He's doing so again as they enter the Roosters half. Feed it off to Phoenix Murphy. There's Muzzer again. He breaks one tackle. Can he break two? No. Cannot. Big. Trying to think who their hooker is. And that's a bad play there from Kane Nelson. Not quite the execution on last.
Yeah, no, it wasn't really a good execution from them on the last. The Panthers, I'll be looking to improve on that one. But that was a great set nonetheless. Their forwards are really winning this battle for sure.
Oh, and Ross Buckley, he flirts with the sideline with Shaq Daddy, the big Shaq, out on the sideline feeding him. And then Ross Buckley tried to take it on. Riley Murray, he knows just to go for the legs there and take him out. A bit of Scott Sattler about that one. And the Panthers now, they'll have great field position for another set. The Roosters just chancing their arm a little bit in that set, and I mean, it was working for them. Offload TBK, the defensive line, anytime they get an offload, the defensive line just seems to retreat, not wanting to make that tackle. Wakabayashi takes him on. Nepo Goat, he's into more space. He doesn't have the legs on him though. I'd be curious to know what his speed is. I don't believe it's max just yet. Rusty Shackelford moving at the speed of an elephant into the line. He's met by Hugh Mann and Yigor McCuzzy. Murphy will take him on. I thought he was going to pass it. Take it to about 4 meters out on the Sydney Roosters goal line. They have an attacking kick here. It'll be Nilsson. Puts the grubber kick in. It bounces. Trey Bonsacar leaves it on the deck. And Jimbo Brev cleans it up. Just a little bit of mis-execution there from the Panthers, but it looked like for all money they could have scored there, Liam.
Yeah, they're just lacking that last bit of polish, I think, on that last play. It was a better kick that time. Got it off at Bonsacar, who just wasn't able to get over the line. But they're very dangerous here, and the Roosters, I think they're going to want to clean their defense up.
Yep, completely agreed. I'll tell you what, Pepe Lopez. Oh, I was just about to compliment him, and he's done another offload there. Pepe Lopez is looking like the man to get the Roosters out of trouble anytime they're kind of in their own end. Curious to see how many line breaks he has already. I feel like it's 3 or 4. And they'll go the inside-outside play there. Snicko Bro, very quiet in this game so far. He's met strongly there by Rusty Shackelford and Phoenix Murphy once again. A kick from within the danger zone is what we call it in SRL 1.0. This 40-meter zone. The kick return tries. I think they'll be good here. Lecky Tour will give it a crack. He beats one. It's met strongly by Justin Dolan. Or actually, I think that's Luke Brev down there on the sideline. Pepe Lopez holding on to Riley Murray. Tried to take the line on himself. He saw a little bit of a gap. But the former fullback, Pepe Lopez, he knows those tricks all too well. Going nowhere in this set, the Panthers. It's third tackle. They're still inside their 30. Now they get out to the 35. We're about 7 minutes away from seeing our first lot of interchanges, and the Panthers have gifted the Roosters the best field position of the match.
Yeah, that was just a bit of an unforced error there, I think, from Phoenix Murphy, and Roosters are going to go on the attack, and they'll certainly want to take this opportunity because it's the best that they've got so far. Oh, almost an error.
Well, Schrodinger, he does well there. It was bad service at dummy half. I don't know if that was ever meant to be. I don't know if Schrodinger was expecting it. I don't think it was meant to go to him. What a ball from Matthews. Trying to get it to Snicko Bro to get the step. But Dom Pongston out on the wing. He's too good defensively. Matthews will send it to Schrodinger, who will try to barge over. Will Kay is there. Puts him on his back. The Roosters, they seem to be crash playing a lot here. Drew Matthews will go for another one. They need some help. He does get help. Put on his back. The referee will send it upstairs, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing doing there.
Yeah, no, that's certainly not. Didn't look like a try to me. I think the bunker will confirm that one.
And indeed, it's red lights. It's no try. No real surprise there. He looks pretty clean on his back live. Better to get a second eyes on it at least. Justin Dolan, he does a bit of the Kane Nelson and doesn't quite get that kickoff. And Panthers, they did well to survive that.
Yeah, the Panthers, they did really well there. defensively. They made a few key tackles, particularly that one from Dom Ponson, as you mentioned, out on Snicko, bro. If he didn't make that tackle, it was a try for all money, and yeah, they come away still ahead by 6.
Yeah, and that was a great little run there from Kane Nelson. The offload to Rusty Shackelford, and all of a sudden the Panthers are not in trouble anymore. Send it to Lecky Tua. He's got space. He's got miles of space here. He'll get the offload as well out to Chris Wakabayashi, who beats one. He's got Snicko to beat. He'll push his way into the in-goal area, put on his back. The referee wants to check everything tonight.
Oh my word, what a play there, though. That was absolutely insane from Lecky Tua. Found a bit of space and back on the inside with an offload. Wakabayashi, uh, I think it was. Yeah, that was almost one of the best tries I've seen this game so far.
Yeah, very good. Bit of razzle, bit of dazzle from the Panthers. Phoenix Murphy will take a settler. They'll have one play. I think Wakabayashi will be the one to put the kick in. I think it'll be his first attacking kick of the night. It's a grubber kick. It bounces off. Rodinger does well to clean it up because there was a Panther there ready to pounce on it. The Roosters survive. And Shaq Daddy, what a run. Roosters, a bit of help from that man again. Jimbo Brev are in a really good position now. Considering where they were just 2 plays ago, Jackson Chapman down the sideline loses it. I've lost how that's happened. But Moses Valentine has ended up with the ball. Did you catch that, Liam? What happened there?
Yeah, there was a bit of an offload, I think, from Chapman, and yeah, it was just a Penrith defender and Moses Valentine, I believe it was. He just got it and put on a
Down the
step, and
short
yeah,
side.
now they're back in attack.
Down the short side, you saw Trayvon Sakahu, that bit of a ball playing there from TBK, and a bit more ball playing up to Preston Beats. Panthers again. Roosters under the pump. Lucky to be 6-0 down, I think, Liam. They've done well to survive to this point. Been all Panthers.
Yeah, they definitely have. This 5th play's got a lot riding on it.
It'll be Moses Valentine, who's had a good game so far. That's why he's not a half. He drops the ball cold. TBK tries to pounce on it, but again, short of the line. He's got a bit of a history of doing that, TBK.
Yeah, TBK, I think he was channeling his inner 1.0 there with a bit of ball playing in that set.
Oh, and the Roosters, they'll get a very much needed penalty here. We'll see this get pushed into the Panthers half, and with the subs about to come on, I believe it'll be Chris Joins and James Hogan for the Roosters, and Robbo Mobiston and Harrison Coward for the Panthers. Liam, who do you think kind of comes out on top with these interchanges? Do you see any kind of swing?
To be honest, I don't see too much changing with this one. I think that both teams have some good subs coming on. And yeah, but it'll be interesting to certainly see if it changes the tide for the Roosters.
Well, I tell you what about the Roosters. Shaq Daddy has been getting the Roosters out of a lot of trouble in these sets, and him going off the field might be a hindrance to them. We'll just have to see how that pans out. But for now, Roosters are in the 10. They're in the red zone. Dolan will feed it off to Matthews. Will get it to Snicko. He's got one to beat. He's going to push his way over. He gets the help there. Moses Valentine again having a blinder out there on that left center roll. Bunker will check it, but I'm almost certain that's on his back. It's Kane Nelson and Moses Valentine making the tackle there. Will K just standing on looking like the bum he is, not helping out. The Roosters have one play, and honestly, taking them back to the 10, that probably helps them out. Dolan still manages to make a meal of it.
Yeah, it wasn't clinical from Justin Dolan there. He's certainly going to have to work on his kicking on the last because it's becoming a huge detriment to them. I think the Roosters, they're just unable to score with their last play options.
Yeah, well, I think both teams really need to work on the last play options. I feel like so far in SRL 2.0, we've seen a lot of higher scoring games. This game has been, it's only 6-0 right now. There's been a handful of bombed tries. Both fullbacks have been shut down for the most part. I feel like it comes down to those halves. Maybe get Drew Matthews on the ball a bit more for the Roosters and The Panthers, Wakabayashi, that's a very good kick. Doesn't quite have the distance. And Snicko Bro will be let loose here. Riley Murray manages to wrap him up, but that's a great kick from Wakabayashi. Poor kick chase.
Yeah, it was absolutely great stuff from Wakabayashi to change the tide of the set, just get him down and get Snicko Bro on the back foot there. But yeah, really poor kick chase, to be honest.
It's good defense there from Will Kay. He's had a bit of a mixed bag tonight defensively. There's been a couple times where he's been run over, but that was good. Snicko Bro, I feel like he should have just taken it on there. He's through the line. Then he hands it off to Jackson Chapman. Now go down the short side. That's risky. Drew Matthews will just, I think he's trying to catch the markers offside there. That he's met by Moses Valentine. Igor McCuzzy. Forget the halves. It's the lock that gets involved. And maybe you should leave him out of it because, that looked nearly like a length of the field kick return. Snicko Bro, the last man there to defend that one. Will Kay will stare at the ball for a while. They'll go down the short side with Valentine. Chapman holds onto him. Again, neither team afraid to get close to that sideline. Both teams utilizing every centimeter of the field. It'll be Nilsson. Big ball out to Wakabayashi. That's strongly by Human. I feel like they just lost meters on that play. DBK will take the final settler of the set. I'll punt it down towards the wing of the Roosters, Jackson Chapman's end. And he's beat one. He's going to turn Riley Murray inside out. He Superman dives. No one's catching Jackson Chapman. Pongston's there in support. They'll cross the 10-meter line. And no one's catching him. He's got too much speed. Jackson Chapman, a valued Patreon. I'm pretty sure he's max speed. And boy, you could tell.
Yeah, Jack, you certainly can there. Jackson Chapman, as soon as he got loose with Riley Murray, no one was even going to come close to him with his max speed. Yeah, there's just not too much you can do about that. But yeah, just really poor kick chase from Penrith. And the Roosters, they're back in it for sure. They early on they had to defend really well, and they've done so. So they're reaping the rewards now.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. If you take the scoreboard out of it, and you had got me to guess how many tries each team had scored, I would not be saying it would all be locked up at one apiece. Panthers, they've got to be feeling pretty disappointed themselves with their execution and the fact they're not up by more here. Roosters, something to be very proud of, especially coming off last week where they conceded 30 points in the first half last week. It's been a very different day here for them. Very good defensively. James Hogan will come off the back fence. He'll take the first hit up. Get off to Jimbo Brev, who's got some space. Take it up to the 40-meter line. Gets the offload back to Human. They lose about, I want to almost say 10 meters on that. I think it's about 8. Dolan will hand it off to McCuzzy. 45 meters out, just ahead of where he offloaded from on that last play. Full tackle there, just over the NRL logo on the field. Jimbo Brev will take his second hit up of the that. He'll get driven back in the tackle by Trayvon Sakahu, his opposite number, into the final 10 minutes-ish of the first half. I'll go down to the wing of Dom Pongston. Not really had much ball on the kick returns tonight, and maybe this is why. Snicko Bro just stopping it. Dom Pongston just poking his nose through. They've targeted Lecky Tua tonight, haven't they, Liam?
Yeah, they certainly have. Lucky Tour, obviously, I think he's just got a little bit less speed out in that wing, and yeah, it goes to show when Dom Pongston gets the ball, he's certainly dangerous.
For sure, and perhaps they can start to use him more in the attack as well. I mean, we see Moses Valentine down that left edge. Maybe just get the pass out. Speaking of getting a pass out, that one was forced, and Jimbo Brev is there to intercept the ball. And the Panthers starting to lose their grip on this game a little bit. Maybe a little lack of composure. Bit of frustration creeping in. They're not scoring a lot of points here, despite dominating this game, and perhaps it's getting on their head, in their head rather. The Roosters.
Yeah, it's probably just Jack just getting in them. I think that they're just doing a little bit too much with the ball in hand. They're just well, with too much with the ball, and yeah, it's costly at the moment.
Yep, I completely agree with that. Trying to push the pass, I think, and that's a great little attempt there from Luke Bravo. I'd like to see him get the offload, trying to tap it back even, because he absolutely outjumped. I think it was this man, Trayvon Takahu, there, that was attempting to make that catch. It wasn't quite a deep kick, a deep bomb. Go inside to Nepo Goat. He had a great first 10 minutes. I haven't really seen much of Nepo since, and that's a coach killer. Snicko's not going to be happy with that. You've been trying all game to keep the Panthers out, and you've just gifted him a piggyback penalty.
Yeah, it's not good from the Roosters there. They've really defended well this last 20 minutes, and now they're going to creep inside their half again and give them another opportunity.
Yeah, definitely, and especially as the clock winds down. I mean, you don't want to be conceding points at any point in the game, but particularly, you know, toward the end of the first half, it's really a hold on and try to get to the fat lady singing. And that's what they'll be trying to do. They'll be trying to hold on here in this set. And that's a beautiful ball that Harrison Coward. Go yourself, mate. Oh, he was through. It might not matter. It will matter. Robbo Mobberston. What was he doing? Harrison Coward was through. And he's just bombed a certain try. Nepo Goat trying to make up for it. Will push the line. He's inches short. Will Kay will look to the left. He'll give it to Wakabayashi. Will send it to Nilsson. They'll go back to the right with a bomb. It'll be Ross Buckley, and the Panthers have butchered a certain try.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane stuff there. Harrison Coward, he had beaten the fullback Sticko Bro for all money, and yeah, that might be hugely costly come the end of this game.
And yeah, and the Panthers, give away a 6 again there. Getting a touch on the ball. So the Roosters, they'll have a full set of 6 from about their 30-meter line. Wow, I'm still speechless over how badly Harrison Coward's bombed that try. I mean, he was through. Snecko was gone for all money. He was in no man's land. And James Hogan needs TBK. Bumps him off. 4 minutes left. We're on 4th tackle. Pepe Lopez. Take the last tackle there. 25 meters out, probably just outside of an attacking kick. And yeah, Justin Dolan will just bomb it down to Dom Ponkston, who'll beat 1, who'll beat 2. He's held on by Drew Matthews. Nico, bro, what are you doing, mate? That dive. And again, I feel like they should start kicking back towards Lecky Tuilio.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one. Dom Ponkston's been very dangerous in the 2 times he's got the ball. Lecky Tua was not this dangerous when he got it.
Yeah, definitely. This game, I was just about to say, is entering a bit of a holding pattern, but Riley Murray with a bit of an explosive play. Again, I mentioned it earlier, the Roosters do not want to concede. There's 2.5 minutes left. If they get through this set, they probably get to the halftime break. We'll see. Again, they're probably just outside of attacking range. No, they won't be. They're going to just pass it. Riley Murray with a grubber kick for himself. Is he going to get there? Oh, my goodness. What a try, Liam.
Did he ground that? I'm not sure. I thought his hand was quite far away.
Oh.
What's the bunker going to call this?
Well, I mean, if we're looking at that, his hand's nowhere near the ball.
Sure, that's a no try.
They've called it a no try. I think that's correct. I got a little lost, Liam. I was excited. But we've just been robbed of an all-time try. The Roosters. I mean, who was that there that was chasing that with no intent? Riley Murray. Able to blow past him. He'll be disappointed that he missed that because, I mean, that should have been a try.
Yeah, 100%. That was one of the plays of all time, as you mentioned. Like, getting it out and then the fullback kicking it through on a grubber. That's just insane. Oh, as we say, forward pass.
That was a poor one as well. Pepe Lopez just standing way too flat, and they've granted the Panthers one more chance. 40 seconds left on the clock. They'll probably get 2 or 3 plays. I think 3 plays here. They might not need them, though. Trey Bontakahu pushes his way 5 meters out. the Roosters. This would be a coach killer. If you conceded off a forward pass in the last 40 seconds, they might get one more play here if you can get up and play it quickly. The Roosters laying in the tackle. They will get one more. And Will Kay is smashed. He gets back up. Drew Matthews wraps him up. That's a great one. We'll see you at halftime. It's all tied up. Well, welcome back to SRL TV. We're here at Allianz Stadium. The Roosters and the Panthers. It's all tied up at halftime. And a cracker of a match. An absolute blockbuster. What we thought was going to be a bit of a blowout. Liam, what do you think of the first half?
Yeah, Jack, it was certainly an interesting first half we had. And I've been up in the box running through some of these stats at half time, and well, I've seen that the Panthers have certainly got a lot more meters. They've had 125-ish more meters than the Sydney Roosters. Line breaks were pretty even, but the missed tackles were really a difference that I noticed. And yeah, the errors were about the same, but other than that, it's just as we noticed in the first half, the Roosters' defense, it needs to improve.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think they're missing a lot of tackles, which is kind of giving the Panthers a lot of field position. But when it matters, down in the red zone, they've been really strong, the Roosters, or at least much improved from last week. 30 points in the first half last week. Only 6 this week. So I think Snicko Bro will be happy with that, even if it's just a baby step for now. The Roosters with a very strong opening set of the first half, of the second half rather. I'll kick it down to Dom Ponkston. Beat one. Snicko Bro positioned nicely. Gonna make that stop. The Panthers will return serve now. About 60 meters on the opening set for the Roosters. It'll be important to establish the field, the territory battle in this second half. Panthers look like they're slightly winning that at the moment. Lachlan McKinnon going 55 meters out, like 57. Oh, a held in tackle is 6 more. That's not good. And that's from Craven Gooch there. Not good at all. Matt Turner's just come on the field at our prop. Met by Shaq Daddy. There's a bit of extra work on the ground. Nelson will spread it out to Valentine. Only 75 meters in the first half. I thought he had a stronger performance. But the statistician, he tapped me on the shoulder and was like, mate, you're hyping this guy up over very little. Muzzle with a great step. He beats Eagle McCuzzy. He can't beat the other one of the Bash Bros, Snicko. Wakabayashi will push forward. And again, this has been off one set. I mean, this is a 12 tackle set essentially. Matt Turner pushes forward. He'll get put on his back just. They might not have enough room here to put in a meaningful attacking kick. We might see Wakabayashi drop the ball here. And in fact, Will Kay is not even going to be able to get that out of acting half. Dane Blaine, good job shutting that down.
Yeah, valiant effort in defense from the Roosters again. We've really got to credit them. Even though they're missing a lot of tackles, they're really good on their goal line. And Snicko Bro, I'm sure he'd be very happy with this.
Yeah, 100%. And speaking of Snicko Bro, he'll be happy with that. He's broken 2 tackles. He gets the offload as well. Luke Brev, rather, not Craven Gooch. I mentioned him earlier. Luke Brev's on that side. Popping into the second row at halftime. Swapping with Pepe Lopez, I believe. Dolan will take the line on. Or rather, he'd be swapping with the other second rower, Jimbo Brev. The Brevs have just swapped sides. Go down the short side here. Craven Gooch. Ooh, Pepe Lopez does well to hang on to that. I thought he would have knocked that straight into Ray Bonsakahu, his opposite number. The Roosters now. Dolan doesn't kick it. That's a shocker from Dolan. That's a Dolan classic, that, Liam.
Yeah, Justin Dolan, as we mentioned in the first half, he probably needs to improve his kicking game. It's rather urgent because he's missing a lot of those short kicks, and it's stopping them from getting it through to Snicko Bro and the likes.
Yeah, well, I've always said bums will be bums. And Justin Dolan definitely fits that bill. And Jimmy Ralph. This is a great little run from Jimmy Ralph. Again, it's offloads. The offloads seem to, like, the defensive line doesn't register when an offload happens. They just keep retreating. Maybe a bit of coaching there from Snicko would be handy. Nilsson will kick it down the wing of Triascu, who comes on at halftime. He's playing in the 16. Fresh legs on that wing. What do you make of that strategy? Do you rate the fresh winger?
I think it's an interesting strategy from Snicko. I think that it's certainly obviously getting the fit guy out there can certainly help and bring an impact on this game. But I don't know. You'd also just want to have your best players on the field, if that makes sense. Snicko does, but I think he does believe in this team of getting the fit guys in the best positions, though, and it could work out great for him, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I believe that spot belonged to Ross Buckley. And, I mean, Buckley had a very strong first half. So Askew's got a bit of a billing to live up to. Buckley will come back on in the props, though, so that might be also part of the strategy there. We know Ross Buckley, he's a little man, but he's a big man at heart. That's what you need to play prop in this league. At heart. Put on his back there, Nepo Goat. Just ask me, I've moved into the forwards. And got absolutely laid out in my first game. That's fine. Kay will send it off to Wakabayashi. Again, the Panthers on this line, the Roosters. Valiant effort. Let's see if they can execute on a kick. They can. Nepo Goat. Oh, puts it in. Luke Brev just scoops it up. Who was that diving through there? I can't make it out, but he's missed out on a prime opportunity to score a try there, Liam. So close.
Was it Riley Murray out there, or was it
I think it was
someone
Riley.
else? I couldn't tell.
It's who's next to the 6? It's
Um,
number 3. I don't think who
number
plays number 3
three.
for the Panthers.
Is it Valentine?
No, Valentine's 4, I think. It'd be Lachlan McKinnon, that's it.
Yeah, right, that's right.
Lachlan McKinnon, who did shift into the second row at halftime as well. We've seen that happen for both sides, with the centres going into the second row and the second rows going into the centres. Much improved kick from Dolan this time. It's still not amazing. John Ponkston will have that in very good field position. Igor holds on. I thought Ponkston might have been able to stick his nose through. They'll do the inside-outside to Muzzer here. Igor beaten this time. But able to hold on. Jimmy Ralph will take a hit up. Only playing the 20-minute stint today. The same with both the 16 and the 17. For the Penrith Panthers, that's Jimmy Ralph and Matt Turner. Limited roles, so they might be a little case of injury if they're not careful. Obviously, one of our SRL bets today is for 4 players to get injured throughout the round. I think that we're on target for that. We had one earlier in the game, one earlier in the day. Sorry, earlier game today. So if the Panthers want to have all their players out there, that could be good for the SRL bet community, Liam.
Yeah, there's certainly we don't want to prey on injuries, but in the SRL community, apparently that's what we want to bet on.
Yeah, well, I'll be saying this. I'm praying for injury. I'll come out and say that. I need some SRL coins. I'm broke.
Need some +8s.
Yeah, I need some +8s. I need to work on that fitness so I don't get injured myself. It's a good set there from the Roosters. Again, game entering a bit of a lull at the moment. Both teams just happy to trade punches. And who do you think is like most likely to break this? What do you think is the key player to break this game open, Liam?
I think it's Riley Murray, to be honest. I think he needs to come up trumps. We obviously saw he had a rather quiet first half and still had 159 run meters. So I think he's the one to break it open in this game. And I think that they're breaking a couple tackles, but the Roosters are just sticking them a little bit better. I think that they've just got to go back to what they were doing in the first half, and I think that they'll reap the rewards, Penrith.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're nearly a quarter into this, 3 quarters into this game, sorry. And again, it's still only a try either piece. It's been a grindy affair. And, I mean, I know I was shocked when I saw Riley Murray at halftime and his stats. I thought he really didn't have much involvement. It shows the importance of him on this Panthers team. There's Shaq Daddy. I feel like he's someone that needs to get more involved. He probably shouldn't have offloaded there. Craven Gooch driven back. in the tackle. Shaq will be going off in just 2 minutes' time. They might get one more defensive set out of him. I'll go down the short side. Gooch will give it off to a skew. Flirting with the sideline there. Lecky Tua making the tackle. Pepe Lopez riding it up. And again, we're in this little danger zone area. You want to kick it to the side that most of the chasers are on. So, yeah, this sort of down the left corridor where they want to be here. And that's why, because you have an extra backup. Craven Gooch making that tackle. Usually when we kick to the opposite ends of the thing that we see those kick return tries. Roosters been studying, doing their homework. They've kept that from happening.
Yeah, I've certainly noticed in this second half, Jack, that the Roosters, they're just not laying off tackles. I'm not sure if that's a tactical change from Snicko just getting in the boys or what it is, but they're just getting on that second effort. They're not falling off like they were in the first half.
Yeah, I completely agree. And Wakabayashi has maybe turned the tide of this game. Snicko, he gives it his best effort, but he goes into touch, and that could be the turning point. We're talking about Riley Murray being the breaker. Who would have thought? It's Chris Wakabayashi kicking essentially a 40-20.
Yeah, great kick. It was pretty much just going to be a 40-20 if Snicko didn't touch it anyway. Not much you can do there. Yeah, and now the Panthers are really in prime position.
Well, the Roosters, they've had great goal line defense. It's going to need to continue. It's Lecky Tua, 360. And he's kept up. Wow. What a tackle. What an effort. Pepe Lopez and Justin Dolan. And I'm sorry for calling you a bum, Justin. I take it all back.
Great effort from the Roosters there.
100%. And we see the red lights come up because of it. The Panthers, 2 tackles in. They've got more than half a set to go. Beats takes a settler. I don't think they'll be that unhappy with getting driven back there by Snicko because it gives them more space to work with. Lachlan McKinnon driving forward. He's kept up again. They're not doing much with this set. 2 plays left. Kane Nelson will try to go over himself. Dane Blaine's just standing there looking. He'll eventually get in the tackle. And the referee will send it upstairs again.
He wants to make sure of everything, this referee.
Yeah, well...
Certainly doesn't want to get anything wrong.
Yeah, well, you got to back yourself, mate. Have a bit of confidence in yourself. No try. We can see that live. But that's all right. Maybe a bit of stern talking to from the commission. The grubber kick, and again, the Roosters survive. Jimbo Brev cleaning up. Great defense from the Roosters.
Yeah, that's great stuff from the Roosters again. But we've really got to ask the question is, the Penrith, they just haven't been clinical, and it might cost them in this one. As we say, a huge run from Snicko.
And he gets the offload back to Liam Schrodinger, who gets the fend as well. They've gone 80 metres in one play there. Nico Bro connecting with Liam Schrodinger, and now the Roosters, sorry, not the Panthers, they're going to be in prime attacking position. Can this be a 12-point turnaround, Liam? Do you see it? Are they on the front foot?
Oh, well, I can definitely see it. They've really turned the tide in this game. They're really starting to get themselves asserted into it. Yeah, like they've been really good in attack this second half, and particularly defensively, they've changed the tide.
Oh my goodness, what a play. Jackson Chapman nearly getting, it's Moses Valentine making that tackle. That was almost a certain try. It's going to be a grubber. That's a certain try. Hugh Man. They're going to send it upstairs. But I'm pretty sure that's as clear as day. Hugh Man plants it down. That would be pretty embarrassing if he had to drop that one. Riley Murray coming across in defense. Unable to make the stop. Will Kay needs to be better there. And the Roosters hit the front, Liam.
Yeah, the Roosters, they really, as I said earlier, they've shown up in this second half. I think that there's been something changed from Snicko, bro. Whether it was just a heroic chant at half time or a talking to his team, he's just changed the tide, and I think that they've really reaped the rewards for their good defence. And this was certainly coming. The Penrith, they just haven't taken their opportunities in this second half, and it's starting to cost them.
No, they definitely haven't. And not only the second half, they haven't taken their opportunities at this game. I feel like they've been the more dominant team. The Roosters, they've been dominant in defence. Giving up easy meters and yardage, but once it's in the red zone, they really seem to tighten up. And the Roosters. I mean, I feel like that's a crushing blow for the Panthers in terms of confidence and morale. Is it not? Like that's got to hurt for the Panthers.
Yeah, definitely. I think that they'll certainly take a bit out of them with that try, knowing that they're on top of this game and just letting one slip. And yeah, the Roosters, they'll take confidence in that.
100%. We see that from Jackson Chapman now, as he might get into some space here. He just has Riley to beat. Second tackle. We have 55 out from their goal line. Craven Gooch now will take a settler. A good settler too. It's about a 10-meter settler. Dolan will spread it to Matthews. He'll spread it back to Snicko. He'll get through the line. He's got Muzzer to beat. He beats Muzzer. Will Kay making up for his lack of effort on that last play. Gets a try-saving tackle because Snicko was in there for all money. Ross Buckley's come back on the field in the prop role. Can he make an impact with his first touch? Gets so close. Dolan set to the right. Dolan. Oh, he's absolutely smashed. Sucked in, Dolan. Get that into you.
I worry if that was an illegal tackle from the Penrith player there. It looked a bit like a shoulder charge to me, but the referees know what they're calling there, and Justin Dolan got absolutely smashed.
Hey, you could take Dolan's head off, and I wouldn't. I'll just turn the other way. It's all right. Penrith can do whatever they want to Dolan. I'm not complaining. That man deserves it. And the Panthers, they're in a bit of trouble now as we enter the final 12 minutes of the game. I mean, with the way they've been playing, they don't look like scoring. So they'll need to hurry this up. And Phoenix Murphy might have just done that. Line break, huge line break, has beaten Snicko, gets rid of Dolan, has the offload as well. Hugh Mann is there to wrap him up. Lachlan McKinnon. I thought that they might have given away a 6 again there. They held in the tackle a little bit long there. Wakabayashi. Kicking has been great tonight. And we'll put it for a tap back. Will Kay's there. Oh my God, he stayed in. Oh my goodness, Will Kay, how has he stayed in? He's got it out wide. Muzzer will have a kick from the sideline to tie this game up. Has he stayed in?
Oh my word. That is an insane try from Will Kay. That's changing the scenes, changing the tide when your team needs it most. That's hugely inspirational from the vice captain. And Muzzer just going to try and tie this one up.
Can I just
Huge
say,
kick.
How many tries have we checked in this game? And you're happy to rule that a try off the bat. You don't want to check that one? Oh, Muzzer's missed it. Oh, that's a gut-wrenching kick there from Riley Murray. I think the home crowd, yeah, he's looking at him. He doesn't look happy. The home crowd ripping into him. And he's missed.
Yeah, they've got some words of advice for him there, I think. And I think the referees have started to take some of your advice. They've started to make some calls.
Yeah, a bit of confidence in themselves. I would have liked to check that one. Out of all the tries we've checked, I would have liked to see some different angles on that one. But nonetheless, referee's happy with it. The touchy's not being useless. Oh, they've thrown it forward off the kickoff. That is a killer, and Dane Blaine might make him pay for it immediately. Riley Murray puts him on his... Can he go upstairs?
After going upstairs for the most obvious no tries.
No, that's the only way. That's the SRL 2.0 way. I need to catch my breath. It's been a chaotic couple of minutes. And the Roosters now with a chance to really put a dagger in the Panthers here. If they score and convert, I mean, I think that's pretty much over. 2 tries within the last... I mean, if they score, it'll be like the last 8 minutes. It'd be a tough ask of the Panthers. For the Roosters, can they put the icing on that cake? It's Pepe Lopez. He deserves a try. He's had an incredible game. He's shifted out to the centres. He's still as deadly as always. Little step on TBK. And he crosses over Liam.
Yeah, Pepe Lopez. That looked a little bit like fullback shape out there. He's obviously a former fullback in 1.0. Channeling that inner fullback inside him and does a great step. Really, this could be the dagger blow for the Panthers. They're going to need a valiant effort in the last 9 minutes. I mean, I've seen crazier things happen, but it'll be tough.
He's left it too wide, Eskew. And it was 16-10. The Panthers still well and truly in this with that. One try is not going to be hard to get. It's doable, Liam. We've got a game on our hands.
Yeah, well, considering we've had 26 points in 72 minutes, yeah, points have been hard to come by, but yes, still certainly not out of the equation.
Well, I tell you what, wouldn't you like a bit of golden point?
Yeah,
These,
absolutely.
this game deserves it, I feel. This game has been that type of game. You get a bit of golden point. Potentially, did we have a golden point game in the first round? I don't think we did.
No, I think this would be the first one in SRL 2.0 history, wouldn't it?
It would be. Dame Blaine, it's a nice little chunk of yardage. Tell you what, for someone that's not a hooker, he does pretty well for himself. And Snicko will try the exact same thing. Will Kay's aware to it. And he'll make the tackle. They need a bit more than this, the Roosters. And Shaq Daddy provides that for them. Snicko Bro is ripping off even more yardage now. They're 25 metres out. And Dolan is going to butcher it. He gets it off to Askew, though, who tries to make the most of it. I guess he shut down the kick return there, Liam.
Yeah, Justin Dolan, I'm worried that he's been paying off the refs there. How was that not offside?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really not sure. It was a pretty clear call. Again, though, the refs don't want to back himself. Need to get Josh Pretlove down there, head of the referees, to teach him a lesson. Give him a bit of confidence.
Maybe get him down there to ref himself.
No, he's too old for that. His shoulder's gone. Can't do that anymore.
Sounds like an excuse to me. Only Fred supposed to just get himself out there. Do it for the boys.
Do it for the boys. I agree with that. Will Kay's going to do it for the boys. He fends off one. A bit of back-to-back confusion on the last play now. Again, though, I don't think the Panthers will be that unhappy with that. The Roosters kind of pinned in their own end, especially if they can keep them down here. Only 4.5 minutes. I think the Roosters will just be hoping they don't give away an error now. I think that's the main way that the Panthers are going to have a chance. Unless they can get some sort of kick return as well. That would be on the cards. But just a solid set so far from the Roosters. Not trying anything. They're just rolling it up the field. Blaine gets no meterage on that play. But potentially they can go for the 40-20 now, and that's what they will do. Justin Dolan, it's a good kick. Not going to have quite the power on it. But it's a good kick nonetheless, and Riley Murray makes the most of it. Nico's been all over him tonight, hasn't he, Liam? Just defending that kick return.
Yeah, I was slightly worried that giving Muzz that much space would provide a detriment, but yeah, they weren't able to fully capitalise on that. Good meters to start the set.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. They have been able to capitalise on the start of their set. They'll be in prime position. I mean, not prime position, but they'll be in good position to try to tie this game back up. Oh, staying on the tackle a bit long there, Justin Dolan. Lucky to get away with that, I think. Fourth tackle, we enter the final 2 minutes. This might be the final time the Panthers touch the ball. TBK with a step. He steps Lopez. Dolan's there to make the tackle. We'll have one play. I think this is it for the Panthers. This might be their last touch. It's Wakabayashi, grubber kick. Picked up by Shackelford. Is that 6 more? Was that played at? It's going to be a handover. I don't know if I agree. I thought Shackelford got a hand or a foot on that and played at that deliberately. Liam, I think that might be game over.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it very well is with that line break from Snicko, bro. But as you said, I think that the ref must have just missed that foot in there because I don't know if he even called not play that. Yeah, it's quite unfortunate for the Panthers, but the epitome of this game, they just haven't taken their opportunities, really.
No, they really haven't. And definitely plenty to ponder throughout the week. The Roosters will be happy that they've hit back after, quite honestly, a crushing defeat last week in Las Vegas. They've come back across the pond and put up a very strong performance for a home crowd here. This will be the last chance to tie this game up. We'll go down to Lecky Tua. He's going to step Dolan. He's got Bro to beat.
Oh,
He does beat Bro. Ross Buckley's there in support. He's
he's
going to
still
reel
got.
him in. Oh, I called it a weird change, but if Ross Buckley wasn't at prop, there's no prop that has the speed there to reel in Lecky Tua. It's a master stroke from Snicko. Ross Buckley has saved the game.
Wow, that's great stuff from Ross Buckley there. Oh,
Ross,
wow.
Ross Buckley, you may as well give him the key to the city because you've just ensured that the Roosters get their first victory of SRL 2.0. And Liam, do you want to run us through some of these stats?
Yeah, absolutely. So we obviously had the 3 tries to 2, with Chapman, Lopez, and Mann scoring for the Roosters, and Nepo Goat and Will Kay scoring respectively for Penrith. Um, the completions were 20 to 20 out of 26 for Roosters, 7 out of 24. Pretty even possession. The errors were also pretty even with 7 to 8, respectively. Same penalties conceded. Tackles were pretty even as well. We obviously had about 10 more for the Roosters at halftime. It's about 18 more now. Missed tackles. Roosters really cleaned this up in the second half.
100%.
31 missed tackles. It's still a lot, but it's only five more than the Panthers. I think it was like 8 more. So they cleaned it up definitely. And the Roosters they had 2 more line breaks, and the meterage it was still significantly more to Penrith. And as we can see at the bottom, player of the match, Nico Bro, he certainly had a great game with 212 meters and the 7 line breaks. And valiant effort in defence.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he saved more than a couple of tries from kick returns there. We'll quickly go through some of these stats. Obviously, we just spoke about Snicko Bro. 212 running meters, 16 tackles, 0 missed, 7 line breaks. Good stint from him. Chapman, similarly, very good stint, 168 meters. He got himself a try as well. Ross Buckley, I thought had a better game than that. Only 68 running meters. Pepe Lopez, probably my man of the match, just for the impact that he provided in that first half at second row. 145 running meters, 4 line breaks, and a try for himself. Not really much else of interest to talk about for the Roosters. Lots of tackles made there by Shaq Daddy and Igor McCuzzy, 28 and 27. New man at hooker getting 27 tackles as well. Only major missed is Igor with 5 missed tackles. Similarly with Luke Brev, 5 off 11. Not a great stint from him. And we'll move on to the Panthers now. Muzza, is that more or less than Snicko? Just more than Snicko. 3 running meters more than Snicko, bro. 7 line breaks. He had more of those. He had a couple errors. Not as strong with the tackles. He missed 4 of them, Muzza. He'll want to clean that up. The wingers were strong. Tua, Pongston, 146 and 98 respectively. Outside of that, I mean, Phoenix Murphy was strong, similarly to Pepe Lopez in that role before moving away. And I think that is pretty much all of the interesting facts about this game. No one really stood up in the tackle count outside of Will Kay at hooker, 31. But other than that, no one even hit 20. I guess that says more about their workload distribution, though. Do you have any of these stats raise any eye for you, Liam?
Not really. Obviously Phoenix Murphy had I thought 149 meters. He played pretty well. He tried his heart out. And in defence, 18 tackles, 2 missed. Yeah, but not really anything else. I think we've covered it all.
Too easy. Well, we have been. I've been Jack Cole, joined by Liam Ryan, and we'll see you later.